Families are now facing some tough decisions, struggling to make ends meet as a result of rising utility rates, businesses as well.
And while some businesses can pass the costs on to customers, that is not the case when it comes to schools. We wanted to know how they're managing the rising cost of power and whether there's any relief in sight. There are signs of change and growth around Cutler-Orosi Joint Unified School District, whether it's the new aquatic complex, the sports complex, or new kindergarten classrooms and those under construction.
It is Tulare County's largest unincorporated community. And therefore, when you're unincorporated, that means you don't have a city structure, you don't have a rec center. The school system really works at doing that.
Yolanda Valdez is in her 10th year as superintendent of this district, serving almost 4,000 K-12 students, many first generation.
So they're hungry, they want to succeed. We've been working so hard in providing them every opportunity that middle class communities have.
But it's a goal that's been met with challenges.
We're declining enrollment, therefore funding is decreasing. However, as our funding is decreasing, our energy bills are increasing.
Energy, now this district's second largest expenditure behind salaries, from $778,000 in the 2021-2022 school year and just over $1 million in 2023-2024 to a projected $1.4 million this school year.
It's a sense of monopoly with PG&E. We have no choice and no decision, and there's no competition.
Which is why you'll find solar panels almost everywhere you look.
We don't get discounted rates. We had a multi-million-dollar solar project a few years ago, but as it goes, you continue to build facilities, and that solar project didn't offset the rising cost that PG&E has given us. So at the end of the day, we're not ahead of the game as we thought we'd be.
30 miles northwest, you'll find plenty of panels at Clovis Unified Schools too.
We generate about 55% of our electrical needs through solar. And I think that's the big number to look at.
One way to control some of the costs in the face of rate increases. Clovis Unified paid PG&E $5.6 million in 2021-2022. In 2022-2023, that number rose to $6.6 million.
As we look at moving forward in managing our budget, obviously, if we have cost increase, something else has got to give at some point.
We've seen year-over-year increases even larger than that in some districts in California, and it's really sad.
Nancy Chaitis Espinosa is the executive director of the School Energy Coalition, advocating for policies to help school districts and community colleges.
For decades, energy efficiency and going solar has been very attractive for school districts because it meant that we spent less on our energy bills, and we were able to pass the savings on to our students in the form of additional teachers being hired, additional programs being offered. But unfortunately, some recent changes have changed the math, and that is no longer the case.
The vote is 5-0. The item passes.
In late 2023, the California Public Utilities Commission, appointed by Governor Gavin Newsom, voted to do away with the cost-saving measure for schools and apartments known as net energy metering. It allowed them to apply all self-generated solar power to multiple meters to offset costs. Now, those who participated and have excess solar energy from a single meter must sell it back to utilities at a discounted rate to be repurchased at a full price to power other meters.
We're having to buy it back at a higher rate than we actually paid for it. So it's like a double whammy because we're generating it and then we're having to buy it back at a higher rate. Feels like a profit center instead of trying to help school districts.
Lawmakers trying to fix this, passing Senate Bill 1374, but it was vetoed by Governor Newsom in late September, saying this would lead to higher electric bills for most customers to subsidize certain customers in public schools.
We wish that the governor would have taken into account the real world impact on students, the difficulty in getting these investments in solar to pencil out, the difficulty in coming up with the funding to pay for our rising energy costs year after year.
We need to make solar more affordable, not less affordable. If we want to do things that are renewable energy. This was a great thing for renewable energy and to encourage school districts to continue to participate in solar.
Their inactivity for decision making and action is definitely affecting us, and it's affecting us negatively. And when I say us, it's the children. It's the community of Cutler-Orosi.
The aquatic complex in Orosi does have a solar project to offset the cost of heating the pool, but the district absorbs the cost of keeping the lights on at its sports complex for safety. Valdez says the district could consider cuts to its career technical education program or scaling back field trips, crucial to helping the children of Cutler-Orosi see beyond their surroundings.
We have to look at our programs and our services for our children. And we have to ask ourselves, can we afford this program, this service for the children, or do we pay our light bill? With PG&E, we feel a little powerless.
Now, PG&E tells us that the vast majority of K-12 schools installing solar continue to self-consume their own on-site generation under the net billing tariff. It adds that there are a number of programs to help schools with energy costs. These include the Wilden Energy Efficiency Program, which offers 0% financing for energy upgrades and helps identify low to no cost water heater replacements. Since school kitchens consume a lot of energy, PG&E does offer a consulting service to help schools identify the most energy efficient kitchen equipment, and it pays for the consulting costs. PG&E says that it also offers voluntary participation in its demand response program, where sites use less energy during peak demand hours. It says 11 K-12 districts have signed up so far. To read PG&E's complete response, you can head over to our website at kmph.com.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.